back to the first warm-up show of the year 2022 with the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach Francis, directly from the sunshine. Raining a little bit, but we have to go all the way to find the cold, the frozen country in the north, to find the co-host, Mr. ENORTAP, in the house today. Welcome aboard.
Happy New Year, Coach. It's -8 today. -8.
-8 in Toronto. It's a Monday, January 3rd, 2022. It's still a Monday. It's almost like the last day of the holidays. Many people still have a day off. That's from whatever you do in life could be a day off. A couple of people back tomorrow, honestly, back at their own job. And many people go back maybe school, where it could be in, out, online, and I have no clue anymore. But we have a lot of great people in the house, and we invite them. Don't forget to click on the likes. But Zikaria was the first one in the house today, so welcome aboard, and thanks for joining us. We have the combination of the French Canadian this morning, directly from Sherbrooke, dans la belle province de Québec, and directly from the belle province dans la région de Québec, or something like that. We have to welcome Mr. Alexis Dubic, le scout, and also Mr. Nicolas de Gobi Bono.
Welcome.
And then we have the insider in our tab, the one give us all the update, what's going on in and out about the score. We love him a lot, Mr. RJ Calabro in the house tonight.
Welcome, RJ.
The Cookie Man, the retired man, the Dave Ramsey man from the Texas, directly from Houston. Maybe they're going to get a team one day. Who knows? But New Jersey Devils, I'm sure he's happy about the weekend because the Devils win a double game, the last two games, with great performance of Hughes and, of course, Nico Urshire yesterday, Mr. Joseph Lanham. Great supporter in the house.
Welcome, Joseph.
We have a combination of Mr. François Pitre also joined us today. Mr. François, thanks to join us tonight. Directly from Finland. Maybe it's -20 over there. Who knows what could have been. But Mr. Jarmo Vartanen in the house.
Welcome, Jarmo.
And from that direction, from the north of the New York, I believe it's a north. I think he's at the border of the New York. Honestly, is somewhere in New York. We talk about Mr. Jose Duarte in the house.
Welcome, Jose.
It's -9 over there. I don't know where he's coming from. The only one I know is Toronto Maple Leaf. Another one in the chat. This one have a logo. At least he proved he's a fan of the Toronto Maple Leaf. Danny T. He's not here right now. He's maybe fishing, maybe stuck in the water or under the water. Yeah, maybe get a couple of fish. I don't know what's going on. But I'm sure we're going to see Danny a little bit later. He does not put the logo Toronto, but Kevin does, and he show he loves the Toronto Maple Leaf. But we'll be curious in our top where he's coming from. Ken, do you believe he's coming from Ontario? I don't know yet. He will going to tell us what is coming from the next couple of minutes. But welcome aboard, Mr. Kevin DP in the house.
Welcome, Kevin.
From Colorado, Avalanche, Mr. Steve G is in the house. Bonjour. From Utah. Directly from Utah, Mr. Ron with Kings 20. Have a great weekend. Ron with his prediction. He sent us all his prediction. A little bit struggle yesterday with a 4-3, I believe. But otherwise, you have a great game, a great Friday and Saturday with us with a prediction. So welcome, Mr. Richard Mullins, directly from the Little Perro and the Little Perro and Montreal Island. Mr. Richard Mullen, hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to click on the likes.
Welcome, Richard.
He's
By the
from
way, Coach, there's
Toronto.
nothing.
That's what happened. Kevin is from Toronto. Don't forget, guys, in our tap, you have to do something because 18 people watching, only 10 click on the likes. So we have to do something about that for sure. What about you are awesome? Because she's awesome. Because Friday, she was the number one with a prediction with a perfect record of 4-0. Friday night, congratulations, Kelly. You did it. You nailed it. You win it. And we love it. So at the end of the day, Kelly 4-0 in our tap. Coach Joseph 3-1, 2B, and the rest of the people at 2-2. And then we have a few people got the right score in our top. One of them was Joseph. But congratulations, everybody, about that. Miss Kelly in the house.
Welcome, Kelly. Welcome. Hey, Coach. Coach, did you forget something?
Maybe not.
I think we know, right? It's a special day today.
Tell me more about that.
Well, it's Miss Kelly's birthday today.
Is it today?
I think so. Kelly?
I thought it was yesterday. Or she showed up
Maybe.
yesterday. She said it was tomorrow. I don't know. She's going to tell us. Is it her birthday? I don't know yet. We have to have a confirmation before that for sure. But you may be right. What about the number one fans of New York Rangers in the house today? Mr. Joey Ramata. He is in the house.
Welcome, Joey.
From Connecticut, number one supporter of the Hockey National Show, Mr. NHL Hockey News Report. He is in the house. Welcome aboard. Yes, today is my birthday, January 3rd. Happy birthday. Yeah, and I'll tell you, I was right about that. I don't know.
Course.
I think it was the
Happy
night
birthday,
before, but it could be so many live stream. Happy birthday, Kelly. Said, hey guys, hey Joey. I need to know about you, Joey. How nervous are you about the game tonight? Je pense que Chariot en Floride pourrait selon Noël on Gregory Denisenko about that. I did not forget your question, Alexi, but we have to have a completely wait a little bit. We cannot go nowhere. Mr. Adam, lost the track of the time. I'm working on coaching stuff. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Kelly, from Joseph Laham. But here we go. Happy birthday to you, Kelly.
Happy birthday to you.
Kelly.
Happy
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Kelly, happy birthday. Whoop. My phone ring. My phone ring in our tap.
It must be Kelly.
No. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews said, what? He texted me, said, happy birthday, Kelly. The number 34. I got it. The text of Austin Matthews. Oh, Kelly. Got it. Austin Matthews said to you, happy birthday. Kelly, and see, everybody love Kelly, so
That's
you're number
gift,
34. Kelly. I did not get your text from Anderson yet. If everything could happen, Frederick sent me a text. I will let you know about that. So welcome aboard, Frank Salazar. He's in the house with us, Frankie the Cubano.
Welcome, Frank.
Steve G's in our top sing like an angel. He is an angel, but he sing more like a Bob Gainey. I can hear his voice in the background. More where you guys have the earphone, so I can hear more about this. Happy birthday, turn 26, Yarmo. About that, happy birthday, Kelly, from Joy. And Mr. Frank, hopefully you're doing well. You have an amazing, great time of the holidays. Happy New Year for Frankie Salazar, number one fans. Who is missing? Jose said happy birthday, Kelly. And that's the track time. Alexis Dubec, as-tu vu ma question? Yes, I've vu la question. Ben Chariot, rumor to Panther. What do you think, coach, about that? I think the phone already ring Frank to the Montreal from Bill Zito to get Ben Chariot. Coach, do your friend have a YouTube channel? Coach, does your friend have a YouTube channel? Coach, does your friend have a YouTube channel? Not sure what you're talking about, which my friend have a lot of friends. But
I think maybe he's referring to Eagle.
All right, Alexis Dubet, the same question in French, but the same question in English from Frankie. And we ask you this. What do you think about Chariot in Florida, and what do you think who is going to get in return if the Montreal execute that transaction in OTAP?
Yeah, if he, I mean, you can't trade Cheria unless you get a first plus something. Um, you're holding the cards, Montreal. It's something that you got to take advantage of the situation. Florida will pay for it, or if they don't pay for it, some other team will pay for it. But I think it's a first plus maybe a prospect or even a third to go with that.
Um, you talk of Kevin, maybe you talk about Michael De Villano. He has his own channel, Park and Dream. Here we go. Kaskinen is a goaltender for Edmonton, and Georgiev start for the Monte. Yes, I agree with you. I don't know if they will trade right away. I think he will get some phone call more to see if he can increase the stock market or Chariot
Yeah.
about that one over there. Because I don't know if Florida has the first round pick or what Montreal looking for. Because we expect Florida to finish the top 7, 8 in NHL, maybe more, close to maybe 5, right? So we talk about 26, 27 for Chariot. It's not bad. But for me,
But
do
it's
you
not
prefer
enough.
to wait 2023 or do you prefer
Yeah.
to go 2022? Can you ask a first round pick and also another player like Epopiniemi or Teresenko, something like that? Don't worry about Lundell. Do not go that level of hockey player. But a first round pick and maybe another one in the back over there, it could be something they have to look. They don't have anything out of the RD to helping the Montreal Canadiens. I think the only one could be close to Denis Senko. Or do you trade Chariot for Owen Tippett? Or do you trade Ben Chariot for Frank Vanetro?
I don't think so, personally.
The only thing I would say is I will trade for Owen Tippett. The only thing will give you a chance in attack from that moment is open up another trade for the Montreal to send a good winger like Hoffman
Okay.
to Foley or something like that. In return, you get another pick in return. But I don't know if Florida will let go Owen Tippett at some point. The good news for Florida is they are full as a forward. They still have 3 more players after they have 15 players forward they can play NHL right away, and they still have Eponiemi, Tarasenko, and Simon Noel. Noel would be a good pick also to look for the Montreal Canadiens, including with a first round pick. I think Simon Noel, but I don't know if the Florida will be open about that. So great question about that one over there for sure. Sport LS in the house tonight. Okay, now I was wrong. Kevin will ask you if you have a YouTube channel, Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm sorry if I missed the question, Coach.
If you have a YouTube channel.
No.
All right. So that answer. I apologize for the question about this. We did a mistake right there. Francois Pitt, I know you did too. Frank, yes, Jose. Good many coach. Not many fans on the Saturday. I went to the game. I was at the game, Frank, also, and I did not. I should text you on the Twitter when I realized that, Frank. I have a suite on at the game, and I have extra tickets I could use for everybody else. But it was great to be at the game of that. Roger L, the real brother. Not the wrong one. The real brother is in the house. Thank you so much, Roger, to join us tonight.
Welcome, Roger.
Francois said, Owen Tippett for Chariot. Maybe tempting for the Panthers. They feel they have a legit chance to go all the way. I agree with you, Frank. I think that's an element about if you don't want to go or Montreal doesn't want the first round pick, they have to increase the level of the players. You cannot get back only Tenisenko or Marshman or those kind of Vanetro. It's not good enough. I think you get a Tippett. He's only 24 years old. He's up and down sometimes, but he's a great sniper. I'll be honest with you, you'll be laughing at me. I would take Tippett 1-1 versus Cole Caulfield. How I am more about Tippett versus Cole Caulfield at that moment. But it is what it is, right? I was looking for Anderson return to Toronto tonight. Too bad about that. Yes, exactly. You're welcome, Mr. Roger. Good evening, everybody. Alexi Owen is good prospect over here. He is at the third line. Are they shifting from second, third line all the time to Foley to Edmonton for pick and ice prospects underneath scoring depth? To Foley would fit in Edmonton. The problem again with that is that you get a first round pick in Edmonton in return at least. Renault, I would say to you, Montreal, we have to get our ARD. They don't want to trade Bouchard. So that would be difficult over there to get that one there. I don't know if they will trade Toffoli for Alloway. Is it Alloway over there? I don't think so. They will do it. So. But I think it was something you have to look about. No Stone or Leonard tomorrow again. Adam, but Stone was on the ice today at the practice. Sean McIntyre back in the house.
Welcome, Sean.
Yes, Sean, they have a 2023 I was talking about. I know they don't have the number one. You're absolutely right. Thanks to let us know about this. Not allowed. Keira is over. His career, Alexi, is over in NHL after third concussion. Alexi Keira is over. And then he's not with Edmonton. He's playing right now with the Chicago Blackhawks. So it will not fit. Today, guys, we try something new. We're going to go there for the next couple of minutes. But before that, we have to go with ENORTAP. Tell us what he remember. Well, not remember. Pay attention for the last couple of days. But also, we're going to do a PDI format warm-up show for the first time. ENORTAP will be on the select. He's going to be the man of the man about this. We're going to go through this all the way. It will take about 8 minutes. We're going to keep your question on the whole during the time. The time we're going to do that. But until then, of course, we're going to talk about this. Will the Oilers get the Nurse contract? Hans Bouchard need a new deal. It is on the Fox level. Right now, Renault Nurse is a little bit questionable. A little bit like, people talk about Zuski, everything like that. All the $8-9 million, they're not turn like a goal or, But it would be interesting to see that Renault, some target too fast, so they jump on the gun too fast. But I agree with you. Bouchard stepped a little bit better, a little bit more. He's a IRD for sure. But it would be interesting to see that. Imagine like Daniel Nurse with the Florida Panthers. That's another story.
And that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah. C'est quoi le format ce soir du show, Alexis? On s'en va là. ENORTAP 23, I'm sorry, but it was a lot of discussion. Tell us a little bit in short, in 1 minute, 90 seconds, what you happening during the weekend or the next couple of days before the last time we saw you, Friday morning, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, Coach, the thing that kind of is resonating right now, and we're seeing it as we've returned to action after some of the pauses, and some of these teams have gone through as much as 2 or 3 weeks without playing, especially in Calgary's case. We're seeing very high-scoring games. Again, yesterday we had 7 games, and I think 6 out of those 7 went over the projected scores, total combined scores. So we're seeing that, obviously teams are creatures of habit. They like the routine. They like to stick to that. If you're on a hot streak, it kind of hurts to have a break. And even being away a couple of weeks sometimes will throw you off your rhythm a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's not just the games that have gone over, but it's the fashion with which they've gone over sometimes. Like we're seeing 3-4 goal leads disappearing very quickly over the next period. Momentum changing left and right. Goaltenders that aren't at their best right now, when prior to the break they were. So there's not much we can do. Obviously, they've tightened down here in Ontario. They've tightened down even more with some restrictions now. So we just have to play it out. Hopefully, we'll be at the other end, and hockey will continue.
Yep, so right about that. And the reason, like you said, a lot of American hockey players, a lot of players is the first game in NHL this season. I think we have worked on 100 something. That's crazy. So and also you have a player like Rusty. Did not play for days after days, and you can see those kind of game where a team take the lead quickly, and then the other team come back, and so something take advantage of that, or a team play 2 games after Christmas, and now they play the 3rd game, and then that team is the first time in the last 10 days, and then they struggle because now they did not play a lot, and you can see those kind of roller coaster result happening for the last couple of days. And if you bet on over all the game, you most of the time going to win at that part over there. That's something on the fantasy hockey. You can look about that for sure about this. And we're going to try this. IRG said the NFL football game today is the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I just want to say this because, tonight is the last game of the quarterback, number 7. Big Ben is going to be his last game of career after 14 years, 15 years with the Steelers. Where for me, the Steelers represent a culture, represent the consistency, represent a great football organization or any sport team organization. Steelers always going to be the one with legacy, but also with where they bring the loyalty with integrity and teach the players to become also a human being, but also to become a real Steelers. The reason why they play football for the Steelers, they represent something behind that part of that. You never go see a player like, some kind of player where they are crazy. So that's what happening with the Steelers. So Big Ben, after 15, last rodeo for him tonight. So congratulations. And we have a Zep Lecab in the house. Thank you so much. So we're going to try this guy, the PDI. Yes, we have to add something.
No, I just was welcoming Zeph.
Okay, we're going to go on the PTI. We're testing this. And let us know what you're thinking, and we go right there at that moment. Let me shifting the graphic. I have to be quick, by the way, about that. And the first question of the PTI. Every segment is a 1 minute, guys, and you have a clock behind that. And if he does not make it, we're going to eject him off the seat. So we're going to call another one. Just kidding. But we're going to go find that one over there. So, Mr. ENORTAP, you on the select. The first question, is it too many games for Sam Bennett with 3 games?
No, I don't think so. I think the 3 games was appropriate. We have to look at a couple things in that incident. It was really an unnecessary hit that was laid on, I believe it was Paquette. There was a deliberate attempt to get the shoulder to the main point of contact, which was the head. It's not that Paquette went down and it accidentally happened. On top of that, also Bennett does have, he is a repeat offender, if I'm not mistaken. He took a 1-game suspension with a boarding check, I believe, at a different point. So I think 3 games is appropriate.
The only thing on that one play is you have no call from the ref at that moment. He called a boarding last year during the playoff against Tampa Bay Lightnings. If he can call it, he got 1-game suspension, so he's a recidive about that one over there. So that's what happened. So you have to go number 2. It's ENORTAP. You did good on the clock, so that's great to see that. Let's restart reading. The number 2 question for you is coming for the Abs GM. Who is your top 3 favorite candidate for the GM?
Okay, top 3. I'm going to really narrow it down to 2 in my eyes. I'm going to narrow it down to Matthew Darche and also Martin Madden. With Darche, before he got the job in the NHL, Darche was like VP of Sales and Marketing in Canada. He then went over to become director of hockey operations over in Tampa. He's been there under Julien Brisebois, has done a very good job. He's been part of 2 Stanley Cup championships. has done really, really well there. So he'll come here and hopefully work very well under Gordon's experience and tutelage. And with Martin Madden, he brings much more experience. And so, if you look at some of his picks over the last little while, guys like uh, Palmieri, Fowler, Raquel, Theodore, and others, he's there.
Absolutely right about that one over there. I was just texting you about that one over there. So for the tweet, yes, it's something we have to look about for me is Dash. That's the one I would think he's going to be one over there. We've been interesting after that. I thought Kent Hughes could be another one. I look like Elliot Friendman said he was not going to be in the part of this anymore. So it'll be interesting. They add Daniel Doré in the candidate today. But Doré is more like a director scouting or a job as a scouting with a team. So let's move on to the next one over there. And the next question, Mr. ENORTAP, is about the Oilers. Here we go.
Are you worried about the Oilers in terms of making the playoffs?
Everything, the last couple of
Okay.
games and the playoff, everything
You
was
know
going
what?
over there. Golden Day.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't be overly worried about the Oilers. I think anytime you have the McDavid and Draisaitl factor, um, you're definitely legit in my eyes. I think that they will address goaltending. Keep in mind that they've been without Smith for most of the year, but you can't really rely on that. So I think they will address that. They've had numerous injuries, even Cashin and Chris Russell and Clefbaum's been out the whole year pretty much. Now Ryan Nugent Hopkins is out. Um, so that's sort of what's contributed to it, and it's hard to get your footing when you don't have your regular teammates with you. So I wouldn't worry.
All right. No worry for Mr. ENORTAP. Let's move on to the next one. The Pittsburgh Penguins. The question about the Penguin is 13 days off. Not a problem for the Pens. 8 goals against the San Jose Sharks. Let's move on with that one, Mr. ENORTAP.
No, it's never a problem for the Penguins. They always, regardless of their injuries, they always seem to find a way to win. I think that's sort of credit to the coaching staff. Sullivan's done a great job keeping him focused. He's had the right combination of players. Like we're seeing the emergence of guys like Rodriguez, and Gunsel has been continuing on his hot pace. We're going to see Malkin come into the lineup, I would say, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, perhaps. So that should fortify them a little bit more. And of course, Crosby's starting to get hot as well. They've been getting the goaltending, and if you've got the goaltending, that's going to take you far. So they might have to do a couple of tweaks at trade deadline time, but I wouldn't worry about Pittsburgh.
Ross 5.3 goal yesterday. Rodriguez 3 goal. Gwenzel is back. Ross is back. Malkin's coming this time, and the Pittsburgh is smiling, and they're going to be a great team for the upcoming weeks for sure. I will not be worried. Question number 5. The Wild Blues Classic this weekend. What do you thinking about that game? Here we go.
Well, it went down on record as the coldest outdoor game. It was at negative 20 degrees Celsius or negative, I think, 6 degrees Fahrenheit. It broke the previous record that Montreal was involved in. I think it was against the Edmonton Oilers in the old Heritage Classic back in, I want to say, 2003. The game itself was fantastic. Like I loved the comment that Marcus Foligno made after the game when he said it was so cold he kept looking over his shoulder to see if there was a polar bear chasing him. But it was great for the fans, and they wanted to experience that. It's a once in a lifetime situation, and the game did not disappoint. We saw some great play, a bit rusty at times, like we said earlier, but overall very good.
You're pretty good on time so far. We give you a plus, but we're not done yet. Do you believe, the next question is about the NHL, do you believe they are going to play 82 games this year with all this thing happening right now?
Yeah, obviously this is a big obstacle with the COVID and the variant, the Omicron variant. But I think for sure we'll get the 82 games in. I think last year when teams like Calgary, Ottawa, Vancouver, they in that North Division got hit. Like there were games at the end that we thought didn't have any meaning, but yet they got them in. It comes down to money, and you can't go through another year of losing money for these organizations, especially the ones that are really struggling. Also, getting the 82 games creates the equality that we know, so that you can compare teams for a playoff chase. And more importantly, you got the 3-week break at what was formerly the Olympic break to get these games in as well.
My concern, you have not many days resting until now, until the end, and some team missing like 10, 9, 12 games. So it'll be interesting to see if that will affect again the standing for thing obviously, but that's the reality where we at that moment. So it is number 7, 2 to go. And this is about maybe the most intriguing question for me, for you, Mr. ENORTAP, is do you believe Zegras or Janot could win the Calder, go over Raymond or Sader or something else? But we know at the beginning it was always about the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, wow. You know what? If one of them does surpass Raymond or Sider, it'll probably be Zegras. I think currently he's at 25 points. Lucas Raymond is at 28 points. Sider has 21 and Janot has 20. It's possible. Like Anaheim has been doing very, very well, but if somewhere along the line that bubble bursts a little bit for Anaheim, we could see Zegras regress a little bit. I don't think so, but it's possible. My vote would still go. I mean, personally, I would love to give it to Sider because I think A, he's been logging the most ice time, and B, it's the hardest position to excel in. But unfortunately, a lot of times it goes to the player with the most points, and I think that might turn out to be Lucas Raymond.
Are you on the nil on that one, Mr. ENORTAP? You right there at the beginning on that one. And let's move on to the next question. Is Huberdeau the best player for the Panthers right now? And let's move on. This was for Body Monkey. You and Body Monkey, you talk a lot about Huberdeau. So let's move on to that one.
Yeah, hoopy-doo. I keep telling Bud the Monkey that he's going to be coming to Montreal, but we'll see. Yeah, for sure. He's the best Panther. He's at, I think, 41 points. He's the team leader in that category. Reinhardt is a distant second with 26. Now Barkov would have been there. I know he's missed out on a lot of games. I think he's played maybe 20 out of the 32 games so far. So that accounts for that. But still, he's a leader. He's got size. He seems to be at the peak of his game right now, and he's electric every time he's in there. He makes his teammates better. A great skater. You can put him on the penalty kill, power play, 5 versus 5, and he's always up there. Love him.
This is the end of the first PDI Nation Live show. I did not know I was going to call that's a sound effect for him, but we have one more, Mr. ENORTAP, for you.
Oh, no.
This is the same one. Maybe nobody, but maybe we will ask this for everybody in the chat and maybe also for you. The last question of the show is, here we go, 2022 resolution for ENORTAP. Fans in the house, please what is your resolution you would like to give to Mr. ENORTAP for 2022? And Mr. ENORTAP, you can mention to us if you have a resolution for us also, if you take some. So let us know. That'd be great to see that. Let us know.
Up a Pandora's box. You know that, Coach, right?
We all the way at the racetrack, Adam said about that one over there. Mr. Johnny, hello, gentlemen. So Gordon is taking a trip to USA. He will be talking to Jorgen. I think is a smart move. Of course, it is, Johnny, about that. I think he's going to sell it very well to him. Anybody have some resolution before we jump to the game tonight about that? So we're going to give a little bit more longer time for that one over there. But for 2022, ENORTAP need to become a Leaf fans. I love that one over there.
Sorry, Kelly. Sorry. Not happening.
And the game starts Saturday at 7 o'clock. Yes, sir, Mr. RJ. About that one over there. We're going to move on here. About that one is this. It was Mr. ENORTAP. It was great to do that. I think it was great to meet the coach in ENORTAP and take them to the Mediterranean buffet about this. That'd be great to do that, Mr. Jose. We got an invitation also. We need to go north in ENORTAP. I have to go in Quebec and Canada in summer during the initial draft so I can have the tour from Ottawa, Orleans, visit Jose, back to see you guys, Kelly and you. And a lot of food is going to be left and right, but it'll be interesting to see that. But it's time to move on to the next thing. What we do is during the end of the show, we talk about the fantasy hockey. We talk about the prediction of the game. We have only one game on the program, unfortunately, for the NHL. Tonight is a game between Edmonton and New York Rangers. We're going to be live stream, play-by-play at 7 o'clock. We invite you to join us. That's not a problem. But at the beginning of that time, Mr. ENORTAP, we always invite people to find a little bit like a quiz name or the who are they. And tonight we have the same thing. We always go with the goaltending most of the time. And this one is the easy one for everybody. Nat, hope you will stop in Montreal. Nat, you're on my list for sure to stop in Montreal to meet you. I'll be there for about 3 weeks if everything looking good, if we can go over there. Who is this goaltender? Mr. Purse 30 and Nat, welcome aboard. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. And who is this goaltender? I will give you about 1 minute, and ENORTAP is going to try to save you at the end if he can find it.
I don't know if he can this time.
Hey, you look like a horse race, RJ. Great. See you then. Of course, Nat. I would love to see you. Yes, ENORTAP and Danny, me, we are going to Mediterranean buffet, Roger. Here we go. Danny right now is maybe on the lake again fishing. He maybe get anything like the Maple Leaf does send like 1967 in our tap. No fishing. No. It's a Hannibal Lecter, Mr. Renault said.
But that's a hint. That's a hint.
Richard Molin said Cheevers. Nat Frank, fais-tu un live ce soir? So the question for you, Nat. Nat Frank, fais-tu un live ce soir? My computer shifting left and right. Nat said Cheevers also. We're going to be at the last minute of that one over there. In our tab, you can go there. François Pitt think is Cheevers. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's Cheevers as well. What gives it away is Cheevers' mask started off by him putting scars or stitches at different places of his mask every time he got hit with a puck. So I can see just below the nose and mouth area there.
You got it. It's exactly the way to explain this. Like, guys, if you see Jerry Cheevers, you said it, you win it. Congratulations for the people. And we have one more before we go on the prediction. This one for the, and you know, I'll be honest with you, this is the 1970s or 60s, everything like that. Not my question in our top, but I'm impressed by the quality of the jersey. Like, they look great for that time of the time of the life. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like, for me, like, I love those jerseys, honestly. But who is the goaltender? Only the goaltender, not the players. The goaltender. We're looking for the goaltender. Nicolas de Gobi Bono said the Seals. Renaud said Portland. Got Agar. Ron 20. Kings. Golden Seals. Oakland. Joey said Philippe Grober. Zev Le Cave said Melache.
Talbot.
To get about that one over there. Nicolas, il fait un live ce soir. Frank ce soir. Alexis. Ross Stumbington, welcome aboard, by the way, Mr. Frank. And Ross, welcome aboard. He said Gary Smith. That's it, Melache. Francois Pitt said Melache. Then he's fishing for a new Leaf jersey. Matthew's choosing a good anymore. Seal the Oakland, Nicolas. You're right. Je sais, Alexis, Melache, Nicolas. ENORTAP. What do you think?
It's a tough one. I want to say Melache, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Joseph said Graton. The winner of this, no. Everybody said, oh, Zep, he got it. First of all, everybody said Jean Melache, you got it. But the second thing I would say to you, the reason I would say Jean Melache is that time of those area, right, in 1970s, 80s, you have only three number. 1, 30, and 35 was the most number wearing. He was the only one in NHL for years to wearing the number 27. So everybody explained this is, of course, Jean Melache. So congratulations about that one over there. And Mr. ENORTAP, tonight, this is the only game. Koskinen versus Georgiev. Edmonton 18-12-2. New York Rangers 21-8-4. I have a couple of stats add after you talk about that game over there. During that time, I'm going to add the people their prediction of the game tonight, and we can go from there, Mr. ENORTAP.
Coach, I just wanted to add that with the California Golden Seals, originally they had white skates, if you recall, but they were actually black skates. And they would be spray painted because I don't know if it's the general manager or the owner, had this thing about white skates all the time. So he forced this team to always be wearing white skates.
You're absolutely right. So the story about this and that would go a little bit deeper. Chuck Finley, the owner of the Oakland A's at that time, the player was wearing a white shoes with Reggie Jackson, Caperenis, and all those kind of the players were there with the green collars and the yellow pants or the yellow whites, but their shoe was white. So they tried to bring that kind of shoes, the skate to the players. But you're absolutely right about that. Charlie Finley.
He was ahead of his time, even uniform-wise.
By a mile for sure. About that one over there.
Okay, so in our first and only game tonight, we have the Edmonton Oilers, 18-12-2, are traveling to New York to take on the New York Rangers at 21-8-4. Koskinen and Georgiev have been confirmed as the starting goalies. The Rangers are going to aim to extend their current winning streak, extend it to 3 games tonight. Zibanejad's been on a tear for the Rangers. He had a hat trick the other night as well. He's just been all over the place. Guys like Kreider have chipped in as well. He's having a great year. They're starting to get some of their offense in order. Arturi Panarin did not participate in Sunday's contest after he had been added to the protocol list. He leads the Rangers, of course, in total points, while his 26 assists are just too shy of Adam Fox currently for the club lead. The victory was their 9th in 10 games to start the season for the Oilers now. They have had a little bit of struggle lately. Draisaitl and McDavid. It's not that they've slowed down. What it is, in our context, they were at such a pace before that we were talking about, 150, 160 points for these guys. But they're still at a very excellent clip right now. So I wouldn't worry about them. The problem with Edmonton, mostly, like we talked about some of the things earlier, but one of the other problems that I see is the fact that they've been surrendering. Like they've always been playing from behind, and that's usually a recipe for disaster, regardless of how strong your offensive uptake is. Like in the last 11 games, they've trailed or given up the first goal 10 of those 11 times. So it's not great position to put yourself into. Ryan Nugent Hopkins' availability against the Rangers is still uncertain for tonight. He missed the first game of the season on Saturday with a lower body injury. I'm going to take the Edmonton Oilers to win this game 5-2, Coach. I think that they're going to really jump on a tired New York team.
Before, I know you talk about this, but I want to confirm with you, buddy. Edmonton beat the last 5 games, the New York Rangers. The last 5 games, they are right now at the straight out game at that moment. At the Madison Square Garden, the Edmonton Oilers are right now winning the last 2 games, and they are a record of 5 W and 4 loss over there at the away game. So it'll be interesting to see that in our tap how they can do that. Honestly, overall, it's 19, 15, and 6 in the beginning of the story between all of them. The record between both are 37, 33, and 9 about that one over there. I want to give you a little bit more stat about Edmonton, guys. After the first 10 games, they have 9-1. After that, right now, 9-11-2. The last 10 games, they gave 42 goals, 4 goals per game they gave. That's how they struggle, to be honest with you, in our tap. But that's not give me to take again them. I go tonight with Edmonton. I go 5-2 also. The reason why I believe Panarin is out, Georgia is between the pipes, and I'll be a little bit concerned about that. Edmonton is just due to find a way to win a W on the road. And because you have to be careful in our tap. They don't win tonight. Do you know who's the next game?
For Edmonton or for Rangers?
Edmonton?
No.
It's the Toronto the Toronto Maple Leaf. That's not going to be easy over there. So they're going to maybe be put out of the picture. So there's something you have to good about that one. It'll be interesting to see that for sure.
And like I said, the Rangers played last night. They traveled. I believe it was they went out early this morning to return home. And usually, they had a great, an impressive win yesterday over Tampa Bay. I didn't see that one coming, to be honest with you. But I suspect that the legs will be a little bit tired tonight.
I agree with you. Jose Duarte, I have 2 scores for you. One for the Oilers, one for the Rangers. So I know you're going to win that way. I just want to be sure, is it the Oilers you score or is it the Rangers you score? Let us know. That'll be this. Tonight, this is what we at, 91-100. And of course, Mr. ENORTAP is so generous. He won with his first pick of the night, and he go with everything's looking for the Oilers, sir.
Yes, I just took all Oilers, of course. I did ask if you wanted to alternate, though, in all fairness. So I'm going to take the goalie from Edmonton, whoever it is, defenseman, Nurse, and Barry. And I'm going Puljujarvi, McDavid, and Draisaitl.
But I had to go with the Rangers, whatever I took against them. Greater, Zibanejad, and I said, you know what? All the goal for the Oilers is going to become from Hyman. So I said I'm going to win because Hyman is going to score 2 goals, if maybe 3 points tonight. So that will be the reason why I win tonight. But otherwise, I'm not looking good. What about Mr. Slide show up at the last minute? Mr. Slide, welcome aboard 5-4 Edmonton. Mr. Slide, thanks for joining us at the last minute. Glad to have you, my friend. Hopefully an amazing, great weekend. And Jose Duarte, if you can tell me what's happening, let me know. Strome, Joey, it's funny you talk about Strome. I was thinking about him, and I just feel like Because Panarin is not there, I feel like it was maybe the best time to go with Grader. Grader did not do well the last couple of games, so I said, you know what, let's move on with that one over there, but we'll see. And another one says, bonsoir, il est parti. I don't know why it's happened a lot recently, but it is what it is. I got Lafreniere scoring tonight. Joey said that'd be great. Renault Ab should sign Strome. Great point about that, Renault. We never talk about him. We always talk about Thomas Erdl, anything that, and it'll be interesting about that for sure. Joey, if you can tell us their final score between, that'd be awesome. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be great. Mr. ENORTAP, 4 minutes before we leave, I would like to know what you're looking for maybe tonight or maybe for the rest of the week. We have a busy schedule tomorrow after that. And then Friday, Saturday, guys, 12:30 game. Hopefully not many game postponed. We know maybe a couple hours ago they postponed one game, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the not so much tonight's game, although they should be a good game. But I'm looking more towards the process that Gordon's going through to interview GM possible candidates. I know that he set a target sometime. He said he'd try to do it as soon as possible in January, but he would be very thorough in his search. He wasn't going to just jump at the first couple of candidates that he had. So it'll be interesting to see how long this process will take, whether there'll be multiple interviews after they narrow down the field a little bit. For me, it's the most important decision he's going to make so far, and even going down the road. Because if you have the right pieces at the top, then it'll set you up for everything else. If you don't have the right candidate, it could put your franchise behind many years, and it's hard to recover from something like that.
I agree with you about that one over there for sure. One thing I would send me, I wouldn't be surprised to name a general manager and they're not going to steal the show. And a couple of weeks after that, an assistant GM is going to be fill it up with them, or they may be announced an assistant GM. Stephen Kendall example, I just done said it's him, and then they're going to announce also a general manager at the same time. I would not be shocked to hear that, or a director scouting like Daniel Doré or something joined plus the GM for the end of the month of January. That would be not something I would not be, you know what I mean. And finally, I would say to you guys tonight, over for the game. I believe this is going to be an over point. If it's a 5.5, it's going to be over. If you have to buy my fantasy for tonight. Don't forget, guys, we start a new podcast called the And the Penalty Box with hockey coach guru Gold Frenchy, and the Penalty Box with Gold Frenchy. It's fun thing you cannot watching on the video here are going to be on the podcast on fun thing. It's called Let's Talk Abs. And then I promote 1 or 3 video per 3 podcasts per week. So we invite you to join this. It's called And the Penalty Box with Cold Frenchy. Another thing about that, not power play is too hot right now. Think that would be the difference. I'm just listening this Joy. I agree with you about this. I'm just a little bit concerned, me and Ottawa with Joy. The back-to-back game, and then Georgia between the pipe. That's too little bit red flag. On the flip side, the Oilers have to find a way to win. They struggle, and Tressadol and McDavid. We know the last game. Remember the goal of the McDavid between the 4 players for the New York Rangers, and they was losing 4-1. They came back to win 6-5 and OT, and that's way about that one over there. So Ken Holland has been excellent in Edmonton. And then, Adam, we know that news we did not mention earlier. The defenseman, Nicolas Hodge, has a wrist surgery as well for the Vegas, where I believe the defense is a little bit struggle. I thought he was a bad GM at Detroit, or Tyler Wright as a scout for Alexi. With all the respect you have about Ken Holland, I'll be honest with you, if I have to ranking him, I would give him only a C. He did not fix. He did a bad contract for Cody Ceci. He did a bad trade for Duncan Keith. He did not find a goaltender. He traded his pick to let go Wildstead for the Minnesota Wild. That's 4 things right there. And he picked it up a couple at bottom with Warren Fogiel for Aiden Bear. That's pretty good. But he got Hyman. That's pretty good. But overall, Ken Allen have to find the solution because right now they're not good enough to go deep in the playoff. It cannot be only McDavid. And when they play against a team in our top play with 4 line, they roll the 4 line, right? That's other struggle because they not compete like those kinds. So tonight could be another game where they can be struggle. Gerald Gallant play 4 line usually. But that would be something about what I'm thinking about this. Ken Allen said about him, and Alex Tagat could have been the goalie, but he got, the situation about him. So, Mr. ENORTAP, before we leave, we want to remind you, everybody, of course, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much for watching another warm-up show, the number 1 show of the year 2022. We wish you an amazing, great year. And don't forget, be well, be healthy. Not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate your 2022. Have an amazing, blessing night, everybody. I look forward to see you at 7 o'clock tonight for another live stream. Mr. ENORTAP, it was a pleasure to see you on the first PT High at the warm-up show. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Happy birthday, Kelly. You're welcome, Joseph. You're welcome, Kelly. You win, Monica. Thanks, RJ. I agree with you, Salah, the trade and the signing Hyman. Thank you so much, Salah. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be great. Sly, I will see you the next couple of minutes. Have a great night. Happy dinner. So you enjoy. Thank you, Salah. Which one, Jose? Oilers or Rangers?